Hello, welcome again to the lecture series on engineering thermodynamics. In this session, we will discuss on mixture of gases. If you are aware how exactly an IC engine works, you know during the suction stroke a petrol engine, such a mixture of air and fuel. Air itself, if you take, is a mixture of nitrogen and oxygen, a little bit of water vapor, and other inert gases will be present. So after the combustion of these fuel inside the engine, again you get exhaust gases, which is again a mixture of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen, maybe excess oxygen, water vapor, and so on like this. So this is what we call it as a mixture. Suppose if you take oxygen, we can call it as a pure substance. Nitrogen, you can call it as a pure substance. If you mix it, oh, it's a mixture of pure substances, we can say, provided its chemical composition is uniform throughout. So in these sessions, that way the mixtures play a very important role in energy conversion systems. Here the idea is to find out their molecular weight, their gas constant, their internal energy, enthalpy, specific heat, their entropy change, and so on like this. So in this session, let us define mixture of gases, mass fraction, mole fraction, volume fraction. We'll state Gibbs Dalton law of partial pressure, and also we'll evaluate the molecular weight, gas constant, internal energy, enthalpy, specific heats, and entropy for mixture of gases. So let me just give a simple introduction about mixture of gases. In engineering application, we often encounter thermodynamic systems which are mixture of pure substances. A mixture remains homogeneous in composition throughout a process. It may itself be considered as a pure substance. So already I explained the most familiar example of various mixtures are the dry air, which is a mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, maybe some inert gases. Ordinary atmospheric air, again you can say oxygen, nitrogen, inert gases, and water vapor. And the products of combustion in IC engine, mostly it is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen, ox oxygen, and water vapor, and so on. So, therefore, the mixture of pure substance may be broadly classified into two groups: mixtures involving only gases considered as ideal gases, mixture involving ideal gases and vapors. So, it is understood that when two or more pure substances unite to form a mixture, there is no chemical reaction between the components. That is, they are considered as inert gases or vapors. Let us define some of the terms connected with gaseous mixtures. Let us consider a mixture of three ideal gases, say gas A, gas B, and gas C, at a pressure P and at a temperature T, having volume V. The total mass Mt, M suffix T of mixtures is then sum of the masses of the individual constituents. So total mass Mt is equal to Ma plus Mb plus Mc. Okay, suppose you have a mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen. Then A can be oxygen, B can be nitrogen, C can be hydrogen, and so on like that. That is a total mass. So let us define mass fraction. Mass fraction of any component is defined as the ratio of mass of that component to the total mass given by, we call it as MF. So here in this equation, you divide throughout by MT. Throughout by MT. So MA by MT, MB by MT, MC by MT, like what I have got here. So this I call it as mass fraction of A, mass fraction of B, mass fraction of C. So mass fraction of A plus mass fraction of B plus mass fraction of C must be equal to 1. This is what we call it as mass fraction of any component is defined as the ratio of the mass of that component to the total mass, right? That is mass fraction. Let us define mole fraction. Say total number of moles in a mixture is the moles of, say, gas A, moles of gas B, moles of gas C. It is equal to total number of moles. Now, to get mole fraction, again, divide throughout by NT, total number of moles. Na by Nt plus Nb by Nt plus Nc by Nt is equal to Nt. So, this is mole fraction of gas A, mole fraction of gas B, mole fraction of gas C. So, the number of moles of a given gas to the total number of moles in the mixture is what you can call it as the mole fraction. Again, the total volume. Total volume is V is equal to VA plus VB plus VC. Again, you can call it as volume fraction. The same way you can define volume fraction. So thus you know now mass fraction, mole fraction, and volume fraction. Partial pressure. The partial pressure of any component in a gaseous mixture is defined as the pressure of the component if it is alone occupies the entire volume at the temperature of the mixture. What we mean by that is, suppose let us say I have a container. Again, another container I'll choose of the same size, same volume. Let us say we have two gases, A plus B. These two gases, let us say that the total pressure here is capital P, say P suffix M. I just take out the gas A and expand that gas A into this, right? Then I'll measure this PA. Okay. So this gas, whatever gas A was there, that part I have taken and I'll expand in the same size container. Then if I measure the pressure, whatever pressure I get, that pressure I call it as the partial pressure of that gas. Right? So now, so that means the total pressure here must be equal to the partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B. Then it will become the total pressure. So the Gibbs-Dalton's law. Statement 1. The pressure of a mixture of ideal gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of the individual components. That's what exactly this definition is. So total pressure is PA plus PB plus PC. This is also known as Dalton's law of partial pressures. Similarly, the internal energy of a mixture of ideal gases is equal to the sum of the internal energies of the individual components at the pressure and temperature of the mixture. So, see, internal energy. Again, the entropy of the mixture. This is what we call it as the difference statement Gibbs-Dalton's law. So, let us develop some relations involving pressure, volume, and composition. Right? Pressure, volume, and composition. So, we have to prove that volume fraction is equal to mole fraction is equal to partial pressure ratio is one of the relationship. Volume fraction, which we have already defined, mole fraction also I have defined, and is also equal to partial pressure ratio. Let us prove this. That means VFA is equal to XA is equal to PA by PT. That's what we have to do. So let us take a container. So there are three gases A, B, C, and its total volume is V. Then I'll take another container. I'll take out only the gas of this A, assuming that I take out this gas and put that gas and it occupies the volume VA. Please remember, whatever pressure this had, this chamber was there, the same pressure is maintained over here, same temperature is also maintained, and the volume of that is say VA. Again V, VB and C, VC. So for the mixture we can write PV is equal to NTR R bar T. So this you know already. So in ideal gas topic I have derived this equation. Let us apply this equation for this gas, you will get this. For this gas, we'll get this. For this gas, we'll get this. So we have got this equation. Now, you divide one by the other, one by the other. So you'll get this X. So volume fraction is equal to mole fraction. Okay. So now gas A plus B. So this is what the same thing, right? Whatever I explained. So volume fraction is equal to mole fraction is what we have proved that. Now let us again take this equation. You know this equation I have written. Okay. So in this case, gases A plus B, C, volume is equal to V, temperature T and pressure P. This is the mixture. Then I'll just take gas A. But in this case, I maintain the container volume is same as this original volume. Then definitely when I take out this gas A from here and expand here, keeping the volume constant and temperature constant, right? Then definitely the pressure will be different. Okay. Now, sorry. So now you take these equations, divide one by the other, you will get partial pressure ratio is equal to again mole fraction you will get. So thus volume fraction is equal to mole fraction is equal to partial pressure ratio. Please know that there are two experiments I am doing. I am taking a mixture. Here I am trying to maintain the same pressure and temperature, correct? And then I am writing this equation. In the other experiment, I am container volumes, I am keeping the same. So definitely the pressures change. And again, I am writing the ideal gas equation. And that way I am proving the partial pressure ratio is equal to mole fraction is equal to volume fraction. So this is the relationship which is very, very useful. Please remember that. Okay. Now let us say we have already done the gas constant. You know two things, that is universal gas constant and specific gas constant. Specific gas constant is equal to universal gas constant divided by its molecular weight. We have done like this. Now if at all you have a mixture of gases, how to find the molecular weight of the mixture of gases, then how to find out the mixture gas constant. That is the question here. So we have gases A plus B plus C, total volume is V, temperature is T and pressure is P. So I can write here PV is equal to MTRT. So then I take the same container of same volume, put gas A here, gas B here, gas C here, and definitely their pressures will change. Volume remains the same, mass changes. And these are specific gases. Their gas constant is, let us call a RA, RB, RC, and let us keep the temperature same. So you know the total pressure is equal to partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B plus partial pressure of C from Gibbs-Dalton's law. So for this P, from this equation MT R T by V, we can get this. Same way for PA, PB, PC. We can get this. So now cut this off, cut this off, cut this off, right? T, 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 you cut it off, right? You will get this. So R of the mixture is mass fraction of A into RA, MV by MT RB, that is mass fraction of B, mass fraction of C, RC. So that's how we can find out gas constant of a mixture. Let us say we have to find the molecular weight. Correct. If you have universal gas constant, dividing molecular weight also we can get that. So R is equal to R bar by M. So then you can see here, this also you replace, this also you can replace in the previous equation. Please here, RA, RB, RC and R you can replace by R bar by molecular weight of the mixture, molecular weight of gas A, molecular weight of gas B, molecular weight of gas C. So if I can take out R common, then I'm going to get this. Then definitely the expression for M, that is the molecular weight of mixture. This is the equation. So with this equation, you can find out the molecular weight of the mixture. And with this equation, you can find out the gas constant of the mixture, right? Right. So just an example. Let us see. R is a air. So we always write A287 is the R value for air, correct? So let us find out how exactly we get this value, correct? Instead of R bar, I can write R bar, that is universal gas constant, 8314.3 Newton meter per kg meter K, correct? This is the value. Or Newton meter is nothing but joule divided by 1000, then I can write this as 8.3143 kilojoule per kg mole K, right? Or in FES system, I can write 1.986 kilocalorie per kg mole K, or 848 kg force meter per kg mole K. So these are the different values of R in different units. So molecular weight from the equation is the mass fraction of oxygen, mass fraction of nitrogen. I'll assume air is a mixture of oxygen and nitrogen only, and assume all other gases are not there, correct? Absent. So it is 23% weight by oxygen, 77% by nitrogen. Okay, it is by weight I'm talking about. So molecular weight of oxygen is 32, molecular weight of nitrogen is 28. Approximate value of M, molecular weight of air, is 28.82. So R for 8 in these units, correct, in MKUS units, 848 divided by 28.82, if I do it, I'll get 29.424. Actually, if you take all the mixtures, it is 29.27. That here is a mixture of oxygen and carbon monoxide and other inert gases. Considering all that, we get 29.27. It is in kg force meter kg K. You want to get in Newton meter, multiply this in 9.81. Right. I hope you understood. Now, once a mixture is given, its mass fractions are known, molecular weight can be determined, universal gas constant is there, then gas constant for the mixture can be determined. So internal energy, enthalpy and specific heat of gaseous mixtures. So I have already given in the Dalton's law of partial pressures, UT is equal to UA plus UB plus UC. So this is, I think this is a little wrong. If I multiply with mass, then this should become specific internal energy. Okay, then I should represent by, right, small internal energy of these things. So in differential form I have written yes. So now again from definition we can write like this: MCV is a mixture, DT MSCV DT, like this, ABC gas. So from that we can find out CV of the mixture. Correct? Of course, CVA, CVB, CVC, all these kind of things we can find out from thermodynamic handbooks. We can get this, we can substitute, we can get the mixture. Correct? So in the mass fraction, volume fraction also we can find out this, right? Fine, mole fraction. Similarly, if you know the enthalpy, if you can find out this total enthalpy, from that we can find out specific heat at constant pressure for the mixture. Now, same way, the entropy equation you write. So from this, again, we can find out the entropy for this. Correct? Right. So this is how various properties can be determined for the mixture. So hope you have understood how to determine the molecular weight of a mixture, gas constant for a mixture, internal energy, enthalpy, specific heat, and entropy for mixture of gases. In the next session, we'll work out some simple examples to understand this concept better. Till then, thank you very much.